Evan Mobley is already looking a little bit different going into this season as the Cavaliers fell in their first preseason game. But Kenny Atkinson's plan for Mobley seems to be coming together already in just one preseason game. We will discuss here on Cavs Digest what we saw last night in the Cavaliers preseason opener. Billy BB with you, excited to get after it, excited to be talking about games for this season and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll talk about Mobley. We'll recap what Atkinson has kind of said and what he hopes to get into with Mobley. And then, of course, what else we saw in that preseason game. Again, the Cavaliers falling in that one. I believe it was 116-112. I have it right here. Yes, 116-112. So we will go over kind of what happened. Be sure to subscribe. A lot of content coming out right now. We appreciate everybody who's watching the channel, paying attention to the channel. I think if you have subscribed, you can kind of see we are doing different things, trying different things, giving you a little bit of everything news-wise so you can go back and check stuff out or get into what we have coming up with the season beginning. So, last night, the Cavaliers going at it with the Chicago Bulls. Evan Mobley was the story for me going into the game, and then coming out of the game, he was obviously the story coming out of the game too. Mobley's final stat line last night, 19 minutes played. All the starters played 19 minutes besides Max Strus, who took a tumble. Mobley, 9 of 14. He had 6 rebounds and 1 assist, but he appeared to be the focal point of the offense. He appeared to be the guy, which you like to see in this preseason. He did not hit a 3. He shot 2 of them. So, overall, he's doing his thing. He's scoring down low. He's getting after it down low. He did have 3 blocks. So, again, he was all over the floor. He was the main guy. And, again, recapping the Kenny Atkinson situation with Evan Mobley, believes he's an all-star. Has that experience developing big men in the past. Al Horford, Brook Lopez, working with Kevon Looney and Draymond Green to kind of mix things up in their careers and on their respective teams. And he believes he can do that for Evan Mobley. Now, our last video, if you go back and watch, he wanted to turn Mobley into more of a distributor, more of a focal point on that elbow, get him to move the ball a little bit or create and push on that elbow. While the passes don't seem to be there from last night, just the 1 assist from Mobley, definitely 6 rebounds, 19 points, 3 blocks, all over the place, a focal point, like we talked about Mobley was in this game, getting after it, getting all over the floor. Yes, the Cavaliers lose. Good chunk of their starters got that 19 minutes. Like I said, Max Strus, who we have another video talking about, what he can give to this team. He fell, took a tumble, so he was out. Another guy I'm interested to kind of see get going, so interesting there. But for Mobley, he's already looking different, like the guy. I wondered if he could be the number 2. In the past, especially last season, it was Mitchell, Allen, Mobley, Garland. And now I'd like to see it be Mitchell, Mobley, Allen, Garland, or Garland, Allen. I'd like to see it be Garland, Allen, as I think Darius Garland has a big year coming up. Are you sick of hearing me say that? How many times have I said that on this channel that Darius Garland needs to have a big year? Speaking of which, Darius Garland okay last night. 5 of 11, 13 points. Overall, I felt the Cavaliers starters did well, right? They played your classic guys, didn't look rusty, didn't look not ready to go. Those guys jumped in and played well right away. Jarrett Allen, again, playing 19 minutes, getting 7 points, getting 6 rebounds. Mitchell, he finishes with 12 points. Garland had 13, so you get that from your classics. A little bit of help off the bench. LeVert had 11 off the bench. He was your leading scorer off the bench. JT Thor had 7. That's a guy I'm watching. Now, somebody who struggled. Let's get into someone who struggled. Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome played 2 preseason games last year and then settled in and really, really struggled after that injury-wise. Could not get on the floor. They're consistently at games, but literally could not get on the floor. Was not able to play. Never had time to play. And that just became more and more obvious. And his stats last night, going through them. Ty Jerome, 2 of 10, 0 of 6 from 3. I'm not frozen. I'm just sitting here while we... Man, he's rusty. He is rusty. That is something we're going to have to watch with Ty Jerome. Guy's rusty, struggling a little bit to start things off. You're hoping he can get back on track. The Cavs could use some depth at point guard. I always thought he would get those Craig Porter minutes and maybe do a little more with them. He's rusty. Hasn't played in a long time, might not even be comfortable. We heard about how well he was doing in the clinics and practices from Kenny Atkinson and Koby Altman. Well, time to get after it. Time to go after it. So, circling back, Evan Mobley, a big night for the Cavaliers. Had that 18 points, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds. Still working on the assists. Not sure. It felt like Atkinson felt like he would distribute, but may not even be through assists. May just be the offense running through him, and Atkinson may just want Evan Mobley to kind of kick and drive. And then, of course, as I said, the team itself, Mitchell gets his 13, Garland gets his 12, trying to get reacclimated. Noted by Brian Windhurst that he put some weight on a little bit, Donovan Mitchell, that is, to kind of get comfortable and kind of go at it when he goes to the hole. And then, of course, as I said, Ty Jerome struggled really, really bad last night. 2 of 10 shooting, 0 of 6 from 3, and he's not even distributing point guard, so that's not going to be a plus for him regardless. So you got to get that back on track. This is why you want to subscribe. We're going to be breaking down the games throughout the season, going through what's going on with the Cavs, storylines, comments from coaches, front office, players, anything we can break down. Cavs Digest is the place to be. We appreciate everybody watching. Be sure to subscribe.